album review.
I hate
Right.
you.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, it's me first.
It is you first.
Yes, you to go, Aidan.
Yeah. I did the classic with this album. I remember a band with that one song that I liked that one time. Didn't listen to any of the others, just slapped it down on the table and was like, feast on this. I was like, Jesus. I ripped apart that bread
Of Suburban.
and everyone put it in their mouths, and I can safely say that that bread was awfully dry. It was still edible, but it was dry.
Little bit of mold?
No, I wouldn't say it was moldy. I'd just say it was dry.
It wasn't a Joe Midwood pick.
No, that
No,
shit's just not edible.
That shit's just pure fun.
That's more than mouldy. That's fucking...
So you know,
Yeah.
pirates basically used to eat wheat with water stirred up, and that's what Joe's albums are.
But
What,
occasionally, some of the mold becomes cheese, and
No,
it's
no,
alright.
it's not even porridge. They literally baked it like with water in it, and that was it. I can't remember what they were called. They were called like wheat.
You know
wheat
what?
sticks.
I would
don't know.
describe my metal. Like, you know how like you have to like mold cheese. Like some cheeses like are moldy on purpose. I feel like metal music is like moldy cheese. So it's like
I
it's
just
mold,
made this analogy.
but it's still good.
Well, I like Joe's. analogy.
But Joe said it's so much better.
I mean, he did, yes.
It's a required taste, isn't it? Really.
Exactly. Some people
Like,
don't
some
like
people don't like that cheese, and realistically, those people are right. It's kind of like Marmite, isn't it? There are people that like don't like it, and then there are people that lie about liking it to pretend that they're cool and different, and thinking that being
Holly
different
likes
is a
Marmite.
personality. No, she doesn't.
She keeps saying that. She wants
I think
to try and get
Aidan
people to-
chooses
but I've
people's
never tasted it.
personalities.
Aidan
like-
chooses what people
I'm like
like.
I'm like that guy in the beginning
Aidan's
of
God.
Fallout. I am God. Anyway, the worst song in my opinion, it like without trying to slate the album, it could have been a couple, because the songs didn't really differ. Although, like, I got to give them their dues. They were quite hype songs for a lot of them. Like I sat there and I suddenly felt like, I was like, fuck, I got so much energy. Let's do crack. But like, it wasn't that kind of songs. And obviously, I have no way of getting crack. Anyway, Everything Ends was my least favorite. Because, everything ends and that song should have. I didn't write the full name of the title of my third favorite because it was quite long and I'm lazy. So I put I Was Born. I think it was the very first song on the album.
Yeah, it literally is. I knew exactly what song you meant when you said long.
It was literally the first lyrics in the song as well. And I think that one was like a bop. And when I first listened to that one song, I was like, yeah, this album's not going to be stale bread. But it was a bit stale. Fantastic. Second favorite. Controversial choice for the second favorite is A Hymn for All I've Lost. A 1 minute.
Not a song, is it? No.
That's not. Yeah.
A 1 minute 6 second song
I think we should count it.
that I really enjoyed, and like if there was like a 3 minute version of that, I'd listen to it. Hell, if there was like an 18-minute version of it, like that shitty band that Joe picked that one time, I'd listen to an 18-minute version of A Hymn for All I've Lost.
To be fair, I did
Because
enjoy
it was something way different to everything else on the album. It brought the tone to a nice level that I could enjoy, and I was like, oh, like when this guy's not being absolutely drowned out by the instruments,
Which is
like,
almost every song.
he's not a bad singer. I'd argue that the production isn't super great on this album.
Yeah.
As a professional music engineer guy that I am, I know that the EQ is a bit too high, and
I was.
and the gain's not good enough.
It's funny
And
you
they
say
didn't
that.
double track the layers.
It's funny you say that because I literally was listening to one of the songs thinking, it sounds like they've just gone, just add more, keep going, just add more tracks.
That used to be Joe's mentality to music until I brought him down, and I was like, Joe, and then I went, get your shit together.
One track is enough.
Slapped him.
Just
hit him as hard as I could. He's had a brain hemorrhage ever since.
Just make it sound like Denver, and it'll be fine.
Anyway, A Hymn for All I've Lost, second favorite. Really enjoyed it. Probably would have been my first favorite had it actually been a song.
Exactly. You called it. It
not
wasn't a
and
song.
not a trial of a song. Like it's like that free, yeah, it's free Netflix trial for a song.
It's like the songs you remember on iTunes, like when you could
Mhm.
listen to like a minute of a song, and it would just be like the middle good. It would just be the good part of the song. You could click play before buying, and it would just play.
See, I can one up you there. Do you remember the things you got on McDonald's?
No,
Were just like the chorus of a song when you opened them.
no.
Really?
I had a Tokyo
Oh my
Hotel
God.
one.
Yes, I had a Big Time Rush one.
I don't remember that.
No, I don't remember these.
There's that fucking brilliant vine where like the guy just runs in the living room. He's like, "Jason, Mum's been hit by a car." He's like, "Whoa, slow down there, Mark. What's the big time rush?" It's terrible, but fuck, it's brilliant. They're not their names. I don't remember it very well. Number 1, Bone. By far, exceptionally the best song on the album. Absolutely loved it. It was the one song that I came in. No, what the fuck is that noise? What was that? Bones, best song on the album.
I didn't hear
Really,
anything.
really
Was that me?
It was like weird feedback shit through Joe's mic. It
I
was
didn't hear
horrible.
anything.
Does it just? I'm just crazy.
No, I heard like an echo
I
of
was
Aidan.
gonna say, you
You
heard
sure
it.
that wasn't me going like, really?
No,
No,
it was
I
like, it
didn't
was
hear
like-
anything though.
It was
It sounded
Aidan.
nasally and horrible, so it was definitely me. Quite like Bones. So overall, in conclusion, all right album. Yep, it's not the
Great
classic.
summary.
It's not the 30s that I would usually go for, but it certainly deserves its place. Smack bang in the middle of whatever the fuck we always do, and it'll probably get slightly less than 26.5.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be like
The old
in between
26.5 standard.
It'll be in between 20 and 26.5.
I feel like
reckon.
26.5 is like a standard. Like, if it's 26.5 or above, it's a good album.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did American Idiot get over 26.5?
No.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Fucking joke.
Bad album.
Bad album.
So
Album
wrong.
review deems it so.
Just slap that seal of approval on there because that shit is whack.
I hate you so much.
His gear, whack.
So, it is me, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it?
I love after all this time, we still have to ask if it's ourselves. Like, fuck
It's because
me.
it changes every week, doesn't it? Actually, no.
Yeah.
Isn't the order
No,
always
no.
the same? So
The
like,
the
always-
order is set in stone, but we still never know it.
yeah. So like,
Yeah.
Will is always after. No, wait. Is Will always after Aidan?
Yeah.
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 Because Will chose the album before Aidan, so
Yeah,
It's
it goes
because
in
we
reverse.
do it.
It'll
It's
be
because we go
Denver,
it
Aidan,
backwards.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Sure.
Which I originally said, but you were like, "No, we do it this way. I'm Denver and I make the
it makes
rules."
sense.
It does make sense to do it this way.
It does make
No.
sense to do it.
Because
this
then the
way.
last person who
Fuck you all.
chooses their album as well. So
You're all thoroughbred.
Yeah, you see, I knew I did it for a clever reason.
okay.
Self-proclaimed clever one.
Well, to be fair, I think we'd all agree as well.
Yeah.
I thought this album was incredibly average.
Stale bread.
Exactly. Probably,
that
I'd agree
bread
with
wheat.
almost every point that Aidan has said. In that it's just very. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just. It sits very average for me. I thought I didn't like his voice that much. Either I thought it was okay, but it was kind of.
Do you reckon that's why they drowned it out with the instruments as much as they did?
I don't know, because
Maybe that's
I
what we
thought
should do
it-
with our songs more.
I couldn't figure out if I liked his voice or not. Like I say, I don't know if I like because I don't know. I couldn't quite get into it. I don't know. It just wasn't. And to be honest, I think after the first 3 songs, that the rest of the album's kind of forgettable. Like, I think the first 3 songs are like they are going to be my top 3. Spoiler alert, but. Because I just think, but you don't know which order, but I just think the rest of it, I don't really remember that much because I think they're all a bit samey or boring. But they're still not bad songs, if you know what I mean, but they're just not great. Whereas I actually really like the first 3 songs. But the worst for me was Broadfields. I thought it has like this huge build up, but then like
Disappointing
nothing
drop.
really, yeah, but nothing really happens. It's just, and I struggled to pick a other worse one. I struggled to pick a worse one because they're all just a bit
I
the
don't know. I
same.
thought there was a Well, I say standout worst one. I thought it was fairly clear the worst one.
Really, I don't know. I didn't notice that much difference between them, so it's like I don't know because like I didn't include because I quite liked him for all I've lost as well, but I don't know if I didn't know whether to include that or not. But even if I did include it, it wouldn't have gone in the top 3. But I don't know. Anyway, top 3. Third, I was born. I've lived. I will surely die. I thought.
Thank God you put that in that position. It means I can just copy it.
Like Aidan said, I thought when I first listened to that song, I was like, "Holy, like this is probably going to be a really good album if it follows on from this." Not that it's an amazing song or anything, but it's like good, good enough to make me think that that's good enough intro. It's probably going to all be as good as that. Oh, ding dong!
Someone's here.
Come in.
Second was Dearly Departed. I think that's got a really good chorus. It's just really good. I like that one as well. I could say the first 3 songs I actually genuinely like, and I think they're good songs. But other than that, I think
If you
the rest
find
are just...
one song that you like throughout this entire album review, it has been a success.
Well, the one song
Quote from a great man, I think.
that I particularly really liked is the one that Aidan showed me a long while ago, which is how I knew the band.
Yeah.
But how did you hear that song in the first place?
I listened to Scuzz. It was a TV network that did rock music. No, I said Scuzz.
Scaraboo, scaraboo.
Did you say Sam and Mark?
So anyway, I would say that my number 1 is Bones. I think it's by far the best song. A great chorus, and it's just a genuinely good song.
Yes.
Like I say, to me, it's just a very average album. Like I don't think anything really, and I never really got into it that much. It's a bit, I don't know. It's weird because I wanted to say it's like pop punk, but it wasn't. Like the singer had like the
It's
kind of
rock.
voice of like an old, like how the. I'm trying to think of a band that sings like him.
AC/DC.
Rock.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that.
Well, Apple
he's
Music
got, like, that
defines them as
typical old
rock.
voice.
I'm feeling in my bones.
Fuck it. Why did I laugh like that?
I don't know what Spotify classes it as.
Oh, AC/DC. I forgot about that. Fuck.
That's weird. I'm looking on Spotify and it just says stale bread.
What, for AC/DC?
No.
Oh.
For young gun. That's the Young Guns, aren't they? Not Young Blood.
They don't have a bio on Spotify.
It's because they're like sub 2000 band, Will. That's
Sub
fucking
2000.
scum in my eyes.
Fuck off.
May as well just be the dirt under my shoes.
May as well not make music.
May as well just fucking kill you.
So anyway, I just think that it wasn't particularly a great album, but it wasn't a particularly bad album. It's just a bang av for me.
Just
Okay.
a bang
Are you-
av.
A bang av.
Is this your new thing?
Bang av.
It's trending.
I've never seen that before.
Bang
Hashtag-
av. Hashtag bang av.
Hashtag bang av.
There we go.
Shit's
Thank
How would you
you,
even
Will.
spell bang av?
Just AV.
Bang av.
Apostrophe AV.
Perfect.
Bang of.
Bang av.
Bang
Who's
of.
next?
It's
It's
you, Joe.
Joe.
Me. Hello. I'll start with the negatives.
That's how we
Build
do
my
it.
way.
Is it?
Negatives.
Joe was
Fucking
born.
can't hear him, can you?
Oh.
You are?
I feel like a lot of this album was dragged down by the fact that you couldn't hear him. And
Dragged out? It's like the shortest album we've done in months.
I said dragged down,
Oh.
down,
Sorry, we couldn't hear you.
Couldn't hear you.
down.
It's like the gain on your mic. Constantly being dragged down.
I think you need to double track yourself.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? The tripod. It's fucking War of the Worlds.
They're here, guys. They're here.
Board
my
up your
God.
windows.
Yeah, I just thought it was dragged down a bit by the fact that you couldn't hear him. I feel like a lot of the songs would have benefited from just like you'd feel like you could almost sing along, but you couldn't because you couldn't hear him. Other than that, and the songs were like they nothing really like was standout, like except for like my top one, which was like standout. The rest weren't really standout to me.
Standout wasn't a song.
It's fucking dad jokes again.
I liked Joe's drum crash better than mine
Thanks.
because he did it all with his mouth.
What did you do?
I hit the
Penis.
That was timed so perfectly. It's like, penis.
So, cracking on. Other than that, I enjoyed the album. I did. Like, I feel like for me, unlike you and Aidan, like
You.
you and Aidan, Lucy, like the album got better for me as it went. Like, I really preferred the second half of the album than I did. I actually preferred the middle.
Constantly changing his mind here.
I know. I'm an impulsive liar.
True.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the middle of the album, and then the first half was a bit shit, and then not shit, but the first half was less enjoyable, and then the last half of the album was like okay. So I enjoyed it. I generally enjoyed it. And this is going to be very controversial. My least favorite was Bones. Reason?
I mean,
thought
okay.
I mean,
I don't hate that choice.
I thought it was really repetitive.
I can't remember.
Like that is like basically why. Like it was just like the same thing over and over again. I just didn't think it didn't really interest me that much. I didn't think it was a bad song, but it was just very repetitive and it kind of just annoyed me a little bit. So yeah, there you go. Third favorite was Broadfields. I really, 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 really enjoyed the build on that song, and you could actually hear him for most of it, which was quite cool. My second favorite was Brother in Arms. I just really enjoyed the chorus on that one. And then my first favorite is You Are Not, because I just thought that was a fucking banger. I thought that was like a clear like first. It was really interesting when you guys said Bones, and I was like, God, I really thought that was horribly repetitive. But You Are Not was like obvious winner for me. I thought it was really fucking awesome. But yeah, like I said, I just wish you could hear him a lot more because like Aidan said, the production isn't fantastic in these albums, and it just seems very instrument based rather than focusing on the talent of the vocalists, which seems to be not
It's
that
rock
great.
though, isn't it? It's about the instruments.
I think it needs more Kanye.
It needs more ska.
So you could argue it's rock. It's about the rock music.
Ska-da-ba-doo-da. Yeah, but even metal, like you can hear the vocalists on top of everything.
Yeah, but you don't
Which
want to
is
hear
a shame. Yeah.
know what?
Nice.
It's a shame you're speaking, bitch.
that.
Anyway, that's my album review. Very short and sweet today.
Thank you, Joe.
Good, you usually drag on.
I know.
I think it depends where you're like
I'm
located.
not finished.
Okay.
Bring it back in.
oh wait, here we go again.
No, I'm joking. Carry on.
Okay. I similarly thought, I was listening to it like several times. It's kind of like, nothing really stands. It's a bit average. Like, but then when I listened to the final time to do it for the review, and I listened to the first two songs, I'm like, man, have I got this all wrong? I feel like it's suddenly clicking with me now. but realised that was short-lived for only the first 2 songs. And then it was kind of, the rest of it was like every song, apart from the song I think was the worst, every song had like good elements to it. It's like, oh, I like that bit, oh, and I like that bit, and the rest of it's kind of just meh. And it was like that with most songs. Apart from, there was one song I really did like all the way through, and then 2 that I kind of liked about the same, but could have been about 3 that I liked about the same. But the worst one that I just thought I didn't really like any of it was Headlights. Didn't like any of that song. Just thought it was boring.
Do we all have a different least favourite?
Yes, we all have a different least favourite.
That is never a good sign.
Though that's usually a sign of a good album.
Yeah, it's a sign of a bad album, isn't it? Because usually with a good album, it has that one song that is bad.
No, well, apart from like that was the case with Paramore, but like most of our high-rated albums, we've all said different worst songs.
It's a 30, boys. It's happening.
We've only ever agreed.
Keep the dream alive.
We've only ever all agreed on one album for the worst song, and that was Linkin Park.
What was the worst song on that?
Cure for the Itch.
Did Joe not pick that terrible Paramore After Laughter song?
No. Oh shit! No, you're right. Yeah, we did all agree on the worst one for that. That must have been the first
Williams
time.
was nowhere to be seen.
God, I didn't even realise that.
Shit, reggae.
But yeah, like say like
Fuck you.
yeah. So. But anyway, yeah. So Headlights just had not. There was never a single part in that was good, because it was between that and Broadfields. But Broadfields had like one bit that I liked. So.
At the end.
I can't remember. There was just a certain like phrase or something he said that with a melody that I quite liked.
Sorry, I like that joke, Joe. That was good. It was the part,
Where it finished, yes.
the best part of the
you
song.
didn't even say that was your worst song, Joe. In fact,
The
that was
so-
one of your favourites.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke.
Why are you doing that?
Doing what?
I don't understand Joe's joke.
I don't understand.
Please leave.
I have a speech impediment.
For fuck's sake.
That's not what a speech impediment does. You don't just stop randomly and send.
Right,
Well, there's no like defining speech impediment, Joe. You
Yeah,
can
what,
you're
you're,
saying-
saying,
in fact,
you're saying speech impediment
For
is
fuck's
not
sake,
defined.
Aidan.
I'm gonna swear to.
Alright, it doesn't sound like you have
Oh.
a speech impediment. It just sounds like your mic is cutting out
Yeah,
like the
right.
old days.
Will, no, I'm annoyed with Will now. I'm really annoyed with Will. You're saying there's no defined speech impediment.
Shut up. Album
But
review.
You can't say. Oh,
Shut up.
Album review.
Speech impediment. That's like
Album
saying,
review.
"Oh, I've got
Album
AIDS, but
review.
It's not definitive.
Album review.
I've muted him again.
You can't define AIDS.
oh, here we go.
I just get rid of him whenever he starts talking.
He's still talking, Aidan. So
I'm not.
That guy.
Right, so
He's whining though. He's stopped
So,
now.
so Headlights, yeah, could have been Broadfields, could have also been Towers, which was a song nobody mentioned. But yeah, so then top 3. So like I said, the start of the album did start. It did start better than it ended.
It did start.
So like, I Was Born, I Have Lived, Oh Shall I Die was a contender for in the top 3, but didn't quite make it. And then, yeah, I put Bones as like in the middle. Although having said that, Bones was one behind. Oh no, Learn My Lesson I preferred to Bones actually. But Learn My Lessons wasn't in the top 3. Oh shit, no, Learn My Lessons was in the top 3. It was my third favourite. Yeah, Learn My Lessons was third favourite.
He
But-
surprised himself with that one.
It's because how I originally tiered it versus how I tiered it, because I put them in groups. It was at the bottom of the group it was in, but it actually went to the top in the end. Learn My Lessons was third. But as I say, this could kind of be between the second as well. And that was Brother in Arms was second. Really liked Brother in Arms. And then the best one by far, which only Will said, and I thought this was, especially when Aidan said about to me beforehand about that it was a standout first one, and I was like, I don't spot it. On the last listen, I did think that was a standout first one, and that was Dilly Departed. I thought that was the best by a mile. Like, that would be the one that I would like. actually want to listen to and probably not just skip when it came up.
That's a good song, actually.
So Dearly Departed, easily the best one on there for me.
Woo-woo. Oh.
Other than that, kind of just okay album. Like even Headlights, it wasn't like horrible to listen to. I just thought it was boring.
Yeah,
whereas at least a lot of the other songs, yeah, they were boring as well, but then they had some element that I was like, oh, I like that bit. So it kind of made it just a bit less boring.
So, guys,
Here we go.
I had an interesting thing earlier, right?
Oh, here we go. Is it a
We
joke?
didn't even fucking do the rating.
No,
Wait,
let's
wait.
hear the Joe story first.
I went to McDonald's, right?
Yep.
The guy who
Went
has
through-
no money
I
goes
went
to
through the
McDonald's.
drive-through. Actually, my mum paid for it.
Fair enough.
Went through,
Oh my god.
Mummy.
went to the drive-through, and
Money.
this woman went, "Hi, how can I help?" I went, "Can I have 2 Big Mac meals, please?" And she was like, "Yes." And then she didn't speak for about 30 seconds, and like nothing came up on the screen. And I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Sorry, a full 30 seconds.
It definitely
of
was. It was
silence.
probably about 5
Yes.
seconds.
half a minute of just no talking.
I'm not lying, like genuinely. And then she went, "Okay, and what drinks do you want with that?" I was like, can I have a Coke on one and a Frap on the other, or whatever?" And she was like, "Yeah, no worries. Next window, please." Like, and I was like, "Okay." And as I start driving off, she clearly forgot something.
Droving off.
And she just went, "This elastic band's gonna fucking break in a second." As I drove off, and that's it. And that's the story. And I just started laughing. I was like, "What the fuck's going on in there?"
Right,
No,
Did you
Aidan.
ask her about her elastic band when you pulled up?
I didn't know, but I really wanted. I was like debating asking about it, like, but I don't
Sorry, I
want
should
to.
have done it. So, Aidan, I'd like to reenact this. Fuck, why can I hear a great echo?
What, in what way? Oh my god.
Joe, fix your mic.
What's up?
Hello.
Why could...
Why does
Hello.
it do that occasionally?
Don't know.
Anyway,
Sorry,
yeah,
you'd like
so
to...
I'd like to reenact the 30-second delay. So I'd like you to ask
okay.
for the order,
Yeah.
and I'll be the server.
Yeah, it's fine. Hang on. Oh, Joe, don't do that. That's fucking annoying. Right, here we go.
Oh, no. I'm the McDonald's person.
Hey, I can do it better. Bring it
No, I look...
on.
Hi, can I have 2 Big Mac meals because I'm a fat fuck?
Yes, I'll get that for you.
Oh my god, it's so long-winded.
Hello?
Yeah, would you like a drink with that?
Yeah, please. That was actually 30 seconds.
That was
then.
actually
You're
30
telling me
seconds.
that happened.
No, it was probably more like 20 then.
Alright, let's do it again. No. That was so just... It actually filled me with genuine anxiety. Like, we were waiting for that long. I was like, have I messed up my order? What's going on?
Oh, God. And it was broken up by laughter as well, so it wasn't even just dead silence.
That's what I mean. And, like, I think that's what made it worse, in fairness.
Yeah, it was more like 20 seconds then. Sorry, I over-exaggerated.
I still think it was probably more like...
Because I'm
5.
an impulsive liar, you're going to nitpick everything I say.
No, but just like that is just such a long time to be paused.
It was a long time, though.
Should we the next time we pull up to a drive-through, should we do the mouth thing? So they're just like,
Hey,
and you're just like, and they're like, excuse me, sir? And I'm just like,
thing is, they can see a camera on you, so they'll see you try and scream through your mouth. She's getting really angry with your hand over your mouth.
just getting fucking irate about it.
What's up, man? Nuggets, you freaking bitch. Man.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm fucking crying. Oh, you wouldn't have the balls to do that, but it would be so...
Fix this, I'm after Taco Bell.
And then you go to Taco Bell, you just speak normally.
Just immediately start shouting. It's not even like a delay on it. You're just angry at them as you get there.
Maybe you should just take a megaphone to the thing. Just like, hello!
you seen the video of the guy walking out the library and he's got a megaphone and they're ushering him out. They're like, "Please, sir, leave." And he just picks up the megaphone. He's like, "Go to the fucking gym, pussies."
Oh yeah. So bad.
Oh god. Anyway,
so bad.
this is album review.
Ratings.
Right, hang on. It goes Will first, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's me.
Oh,
I
fuck, yeah,
picked
it
the
wasn't.
album.
Fuck. Yeah, I thought Will picked it. Yes, go.
9 out of 10. No, it's a 4.5.
It's a 5.
Thank you, Will. Joe.
7.
7.
Yeah.
5.5.
Woo.
It
I want mine.
scores.
It was a bang out.
It scores 22.
My cut back to. Yep, I was right. I was right the whole time.
Less than 26.5.
If only though, if only one of us just dragged it high enough to beat Green Day.
Even you see, Joe did his classic. Yeah, it's an average album. 7.
7.
No, I didn't say it was. I never said it was average.
I
said
don't know, but I'm
I said
interpreting what you said was average. So I guess you enjoyed it then.
He did.
I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that nice? I thought my 5.5 was too high.
So what are you going to pick,
patronising.
Denzel? Well, what would you pick next? You know, hypothetically speaking, what would be the next album that you would pick?
Hypothetically, I mean, this is the next album.
Yeah, but hypothetically speaking.
I don't get what you mean by. I mean,
Fucking on a
hypothetically,
big bit.
I would pick Paramore's not released album.
Oh, okay. But I want the real album now.
It's
I've had a
Right, so
taste
this
for
is-
hypothetical.
this is quite different to anything we've listened to previously. Well, it's not that different actually. It's different to what we've listened to for a while.
Okay, good.
You say good, but you won't like it. Well, maybe
You don't think I like it?
I don't think any of you will like it except me.
Interesting.
It is Marshmallow Joytime 3.
Oh my god.
My word.
Marshmallow.
Here you go,
Like
pick
a
out Will's like,
fucking-
yeah, I've only listened to this album 4 times,
You'll know one of the
but
songs.
I have to say,
It's just gonna be another Z album.
Yes, it is dance music.
What's the What's the?
I do know one song.
What's
here
the
we go.
album?
It's Rescue
Joytime
Me with a
Fun.
Day to Remember.
Do you want to hear one more rendition of Derek the Killer?
No,
No.
Joe.
yeah,
So,
play us out.
no.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's a killer frog with a sexy name. He's
All
gonna
right, cut that.